exhaust leak sound. Take this part off right here, this air intake. I'll have to take it off, get it out of the way. And I think I'm going to remove these 4 bolts right here. And part of this EGR valve, I think I'm going to take some of this off so I can fold everything forward. So I'm just going to pull it from the top, because I do not want to mess with taking off the other side or taking off the exhaust. So I'm not sure where I'm going to start. I think I might start with taking off the serpentine belt here. But sorry, I'm not good at working with the camera in one hand, so I'm gonna probably do the work and then come back through and tell you what I did. Okay, so the next step, I got this off. I didn't need no penetrating fluid or WD-40. I just used my crushing wrench here. 15" is what I have. So I got it on there, stable, take it off. Anyways, that's just showing you the next step I just did. I'll be back. So right here, all you gotta do is a flathead and do the tube right here. Sorry, it's hard to do with your left hand. So anyways, I'll do all of these ones right here. Just pry this off right here, this tube. Probably gonna have to use 2 hands on that. So I'll get this tube out of the way and then see what I'm gonna work on next. Just filming how this goes here so I can remember how to put the belt back on. So it goes over here, onto the crank, pulley over there, okay. Okay, to get the tensioner off, the belt off, I use an 18mm. So I just used this as, as an extension to this. Got it on there, and you just wanna, right there my hand is, that's where the bolt is. You just want to go, turn it, push it left, right. Right is tight, left is loose. So you want to do left. Then you can take off the belt, so that way you can get this off next. Well, you don't have to follow these steps. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do. I think I'm gonna start working on the air intake, get that out of the way, and then go from there. Okay, so these 2 bolts are connected to the air compressor right there. I just took those off and those off, and they were right here. So I took those off and I moved this forward. Try to give myself some more room, and I'm gonna hopefully get this out of here next. Now I need to, next step is probably gonna take off the spark plug wires. I'll probably just label them with painter's tape, so I know where to go when I come back. Okay, as you can see, I got them both off. All I did was, I got them loose with my socket here, and I was able to just pick it off by hand. On this side, I couldn't see it, but I was able to get it on there to bite it. But if you have to, you could scoot further this way to get at it, to see it better. Sorry guys, I'm not good with the camera. Anyways, we got those off. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna probably back the car off the ramps. And then I'm just going to work so I can get better access to it from the top. Let me give you an update. I got 2 bolts off so far. But it's pretty hard to get a good angle because of this EGR valve. But I'm not looking forward to getting those ones in the back. There's one right there, one right there. Just need to get on them, and it's just it's a big hassle because, you know, you gotta go all the way off, and it's just if you had a impact ratchet, that would be awesome. Make the job a whole lot easier. But it's just a grind right now. As you can see, I just moved this forward, took off the spark plugs, got them out the way. But yeah, that one guy did it, he took off the these cats, and that would make your job a lot easier if you could, but I don't want to drop the mufflers and all that. So that's why I'm just coming up this way. So that's what it is right now. It's just a grind now, getting these bolts off. Thank God they're coming off easy, nothing's rusted on. I live in Wyoming, so we don't use salt, thank God, because, you know, otherwise we'd be all rusted and I wouldn't have made it this far. So anyways, I just hit it with WD-40. That helps, you know, get it off. So that helped me anyways. I didn't use PB Blaster, I just got WD-40. All right, that's an update for now. Oh, the tool that's really coming through for me right now is just this one right here. I just got a 13. I'm not sure the length of this, but it's working for me, getting on there. All right, there's some of this part anyways. This is the iPhone 16 camera and it has a hard time focusing. I really don't like that. I don't know why it does that. There's your parts to the bottom of the exhaust. It came with its own gasket, but I just went with Falpro anyways. I don't know. Maybe this would have done fine. I don't know. There's the part that came with it. Not came with it, but I ordered from Rock Auto. There's the part numbers if you're interested in doing the same, but this was only $49, but shipping was a lot though. For me anyways, it was 15 bucks, so I took the total up to around 70. Shipped for both these, which was, I think these cost like 80. I don't know what it costs with Napa and O'Reilly's. Well, I got it out. Almost want to give up. Man, it's, if you have the money, I would probably pay shop to do it. The guy quoted me like $380 to do it, but I decided I could do it. But I got it. The only way I got it was by taking off the studs, because there was no room to, there's no wiggle room to get it out. The studs were blocking my way. So here's one of them. There's 6 studs in there, and yeah, I took them all out. And what really helped me out, what made the biggest difference, was this tool right here. I don't know what it's called, but I bought it not for automotive, but I bought it for woodworking. But it came in clutch. So anyway, see this, it's a 5 meter right here, fit right there, see? So 5 fit on there, and boom, I got it out. Otherwise, I would have been back there forever, because as you can see, there's like not much room to get in there. With the EGR valve in the way, you can't really get in there too good. But I'm probably going to change these spark plugs too, since I'm right here. They're like $7 or something. The ones I'm going to get, the Ford Motorcraft. But that's how I got it on. Is with this. So I removed the bolts first, and then yeah, I just could not wiggle it out of there. I could not wiggle it out at all. But here it is. There's the gasket. I took the EGR valve off with this tool, and I use this as a hammer because it was not coming off, so I use that as a hammer. There's all my contraption tools. I taped that up to get the 13 in there. There's the EGR valve. And I ended up just cutting this off because the fiberglass was getting too annoying to me. So yeah, that's what makes it really difficult, is that EGR valve. If I could, I would have rather just took off the exhaust down there, took access to the EGR valve to put it on, because it was pretty tough to get off. But I'm just kind of rambling on right now. But yeah, it was a pretty tough job to get it off. Now I got to get it back on, and I'm not too excited about that, because I got to thread these in. Now I'm just wondering if I should reuse these bolts or get new ones. I don't know. I'm tight on money right now. It's the only reason I'm contemplating it. If I was not tight on money, I would not have an issue. I mean, if I had the money, I would definitely go and get these stud. There's a kit you can buy at the auto store, a new one. It's like, I think I looked it up, it was like about $17, I think. So yeah, I'm not really looking forward to putting it all back together. But I did order a 13-inch ratcheting wrench from Amazon, because it was only like $14. Because this one, the only one I have is a flex head. And you know, it's just, when you're trying to get back in there, it just kind of moves. It does not stay, because I need it to stay in place, you know, as you get back in there with this. Anyways, I'll stop. I'm kind of rambling, but sorry to not keep short. I kind of just jumped a lot, but I almost gave up, but I just kept pushing myself. I prayed, because you know, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Anyways, I'm taking this back out. So yeah, I'm not sure if I'm going to take this out, because I do not want to be doing this job again. You know, that's, like I said, if I had the money, I would definitely go buy that kit, because I do not, you know, you don't want to be doing this job twice. If something goes wrong, I do not want to be, I don't know. And I would like these to come back out the next time I do. If I do have to do the job, I would like to be able to remove these studs, because everything came out easy, you know, good. Nothing was rusted on. It was all pretty smooth. But I got it. It's going back in. See, I got 3 studs in. The longest ones, I think, go on the back, but this is how I'm doing it. I'm getting it started by hand with this right here, taped to the socket with your, it's a 5mm. The camera's not really picking it up, but it's a 5. But anyways, this is how I'm doing it. You know, I'm just getting my hand in there best I can. And I just started it right here, see? Just like that. Anyways, I'm gonna pause this. Sorry, just an update. I was reading the manual. I think the Haynes. It says to disconnect the starter and the white pipe, so that way you could get to the exhaust pipe and the starter. So do it from the bottom. That's what the book says. But I did not do that, so I'm gonna have to come from the top. In Jesus' name, I'll get it back in there though. So for this last one, I kind of started the bolt on. So that way, because back there, it's really hard to get any access to that last bolt. So my plan is hopefully anyways to get this on, and I won't have to thread as much because it's tough to get back there. But I ordered an open end, a ratcheting wrench actually off Amazon. It's like a longer one because I have one, but it's, it's one of these flex heads, and I need one that's solid. Anyways, I taped this together because yeah, you need to get down in there. So anyways, I ordered a long one off Amazon. It was only like 13, 14 bucks. I think it'll pay for itself on this job. This is the last bolt. In Jesus' name, I'll get it. Then I'll bolt everything else down, hook everything back up. Right. Here's an important tip for y'all. Before you tighten get your bolts on. Everything's on there right now for the exhaust manifold. But anyways, make sure you put the bottom part on. Not tight, but just get the bolts on. Otherwise, mine didn't fit, so I had to loosen my exhaust manifold back up. I should have done that first because I could not connect the flange at all. So anyways, I had to loosen up the exhaust manifold and it was able to get on, but I'm just waiting for my cousin to come over because I need somebody to hold it while I put the bolts on. But that's an important trick that really helped me out. Not trick, but because I'd see how these are loose. It gives you play because mine would not connect at all. It was just less than a quarter of an inch. It would not fit. All right, guys, so it worked. I was able to connect the bolt on back here after I loosened up the manifold again. So I'm gonna put it all back together now. Hopefully everything goes back. Do the job at your own risk. This is my advice. I'm not no pro or anything. Do it at your own risk because I did almost mess up. I almost stripped out the last bolt here to the exhaust manifold. And it was stripping out right there, that bolt, way at the end. Because it's the furthest to get to and it's hardest to get to. I started stripping it out and I made a whole nother video on how to fix that. And luckily I made that thread chaser because I needed it for right here also. Because these sit upright, so like sand and stuff gets in through there. So those holes are pretty dirty and I start stripping out all again. But these bolts are the same size bolts as exhaust for the exhaust headers. So I just used the same thread chaser and I just chased those holes and I was able to get them in. Otherwise that would have been a whole nightmare also. But since I already faced it, I had this is the thread chaser I made out of necessity. And I watched YouTube how to make it and it worked. So anyways, yeah, I chased these holes because they start stripping out. So anyways, I went in there and I chased them out with this. The bolts went in fine. But yeah, if you have the money, I would take it to a shop, have them do it, because it's very difficult to do. And my brother helped me out a lot because what makes the job tough is those last bolts right here. Okay, if you're gonna change out your rear exhaust manifold, here's how I did mine. But let me just tell you something that I bought this from Rock Auto, and it was from the part was from Dorman. And Dorman, it did not come with on this part to the flange bolts down to where it connects to the exhaust. I really can't get it on camera. Oh, there it is. So right down there's bolts. Camera's not really picking it up, but right down there where the exhaust manifold connects to the exhaust pipe, there's two rubber flanges on the, like two rubber, I don't know what to call them, gormets. They're just, anyways, they're on the stock manifold. And I found out why they're on the stock manifold, because I did not put them on mine. And it just, you could just hear that rattling, like, that rubber is what prevents that rattling though. I should have put them on there, but I didn't. Oh man. That was annoying, and I don't want to take this back off again because of, it's a very tedious job. So I'll make a video. I already made some video, but you know, all I did is I took off my air intake. Took off the air intake for mine. It was just these two bolts that connect this part. I took it off, I disconnected it, I disconnected this sensor, disconnected these hoses, took this out, popped it off, got it out of the way, and then I took, these two are come off already, then I did these two to the AC condenser. Took those out, and then I pushed this, took the fan belt off first, then I popped this forward, got it out of the way. That gives you a lot of room to get in there and get at it. But I also drove my car up on ramps before I started the job. So I got the car up on ramps. You come under and do your flange to the exhaust pipe. Taking it off was not too bad. It's kind of the easy part. Oh, but before you take it off, the exhaust manifold, you should try to line up your EGR valve, because that was kind of gave me a lot of trouble trying to get it lined up right, because you know, the way I did it, you cannot tighten it from down here the way I did it. You know, there's no way you can get a wrench down in there to tighten that bolt right there the way I did it. The book says, I was reading, the Haynes manual says to go from under and take off the exhaust from down below, disconnect all that, and then take off the starter and do the job from under. And that would be a lot easier, but I didn't have a lift to get under there, so that's why I didn't do it. I just did everything from above, which is, you know, not recommended at all for me anyways. It was a bear to get to. It was tough. It was a tough job for me. I'm not no ASE certified mechanic. I was just trying to do my own work because I just don't have the money to pay a mechanic, basically. If I had the money, I would have had the shop do it. Because what makes the job tough is that fiberglass right there too. Gets in the way. I ended up cutting it off. But all right, guys, let's see if I fixed it. harsh all that oil burned off. That was easy. Scared me. I think it's the oil now. Well, a crap load of oil back there.